Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. And yo, once I get a taste, then it's impossible to stop.
Yo, crank that volume, crank that volume, crank that
volume, turn it way up,
Hello and welcome to the World Climbing Club. It's the first time the IFSC has travelled to the Spanish city of Madrid, and as you can see, the sun is out, the views are beautiful, but it's time to crack on with the climbing. It was a baking hot day, and despite provisions being laid on to help the athletes deal with those conditions, it was a tough session. Despite this, the routes worked well, and the crowd were enjoying watching the athletes perform. Let's see some shots from the athletes who are in. Starting with the men, and deep into the headwall on this route is Hannes van Duysen. He just hasn't stopped climbing this year. Boulder or lead, the Belgium athlete is on it. He had to squint against that sun, but France's Max Berton dealt well with some of the more powerful sections of the route, including these underclings. Double headwall for Max Berton, always having a good time. Fresh off the back of his first IFSC lead podium last week was Italy's Philipp Schenk. He moves forward mid-order, but we know how good he is at semi-finals. Toby Roberts had a disastrous slip in Chamonix that meant he didn't move forward to finals. He's clearly put that moment behind him in Madrid, here nearly topping Route 1. He's always got a bit of boulder strength to rely on, and South Korea's Do-hyun Lee bossed himself through the feet first section of Route 2. Top 10 for him. He was your gold medalist last week, and of course Sorato and Raku is looking for the double here. He topped Route 2 and got one hand on the top of Route 1 in a strong showing. Team Japan have lots through. Here's Satone Yoshida climbing into the sunshine on top of the giant blue volume in a great sequence of moves. He's just below Sorato in the rankings, also topping Route 2. His teammate Neo Suzuki also in fourth. He didn't have the best result in Chamonix by his standard, and he'll be looking for a better score than his 21st there. The hero of the men's comp was Spain's Alberto Gines Lopez. He was ridiculously close to his first gold in Chamonix, and what a fairy tale it would be if he could take it here. With a third place qualifying finish, you wouldn't bet against him. Let's look at the full results for the men. Jesse Grouper had another great round, making every semis this year. A few spots below him is Zento Morishita, whose World Cup season only just started in Innsbruck. It was a great round for the Czech Republic's Jakub Konecki, who just missed out on semis in Chamonix. Spain will have two athletes to cheer for. Guillermo Frangelino joining Alberto. No Haeun Sung and Yaifei Pan get the same score, and they're just through. The women were climbing at the same time as the men, the wall big enough to handle 4 routes. Let's start with another Spanish favourite, Jayla Martin, who was worried for a while about her score, but eventually she makes it into the next round. It was Japan's Miho Nanaka's first lead comp of the year, but she hasn't lost any of her abilities on a rope. She looked particularly casual on the big feet-first moves halfway through Route 1. 13th place for her. She'll be climbing just before the cleaning break. Jaein Kim didn't make the South Korean team after a slip during the selection comp. So this is her first IFSC competition back of 25. She told us that she felt more comfortable on Route 2, and she did come close to topping. Having a standout season in 2025 is Eloise Dumont. 42 on Route 1, 44 on Route 2, and she's easily through. Climbing her way to the top of Route 2 in another impressive display of controlled power, the USA's Annie Sanders placing just below her teammate Brooke Rabbitou. She held the last move of Route 2 for a top. Great Britain's Erin McNeice was one of only 3 women to top Route 1. She dealt well with the big moves on that climb, and Erin will fight again. Talking about fighting, and Laura Rogero will have another chance to show us the pure determination that she's so famous for. Double tops for her. So here is the full top 24. Cheon So also getting 2 tops, and of course she was Chamonix's gold medalist. Brooke Rabbitou is the highest placing USA climber. After missing out in semis in Chamonix, it's good to see Slovenia's Mia Krampel in. Still on the mend from that finger injury is Jessica Piltz, second comp, first semis. Down at the bottom and just in is Cheon Kim from South Korea. Now, Madrid is a hot competition, so it's all about shade management. There is the ISO area, but quite a few athletes are out here trying to keep cool and, of course, watching the climbing, because that's what you're allowed to do during qualification. I wonder if Yannick will talk to us. I'll just come in and chat to you. You're wearing a blue vest, looks very good, but I presume there's some ice in there or something?
Yeah, it's ice in between. We're able to cool them in the tent. And then, yeah, if you're sitting, watching, even if it's in the shade, it's super nice to keep cool.
Is this a German team thing, or is this something you've been given by the organisers?
No, it's a German team thing. I think we stole them from the youth team. We will have to bring them back for Helsinki, the Youth Worlds, but I think they won't need it.
Okay, well, I'm exceptionally jealous, but I hope you keep cool, mate.
Yeah,
see you later.
Thanks
Good
a lot.
luck.
See you later.
Right, let's see who else we can find. Oh, I've seen someone who I haven't seen in a... Hello!
No way, a déjà vu.
No, just tell people who you are.
Okay, I'm Maria Laborda, Spanish athlete, but of the speed team.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only here for having fun, see my friends, and get a support for Spain.
How have you managed to get a VIP ticket? Do they know it's you?
Okay, yeah. No. My mother was like a super fan of it and is with me, so we have like the VIP ticket. I mean, it's all because of my mother.
Amazing, Mum.
Yeah.
When are you going to come back to World Cups?
So this year was a little bit stressful year, and the past years also, but I'm back in competitions now, only European Cups, but I'm super happy to be here on the world climbing stuffs, and next year, hope that.
Okay, I will see you next year then. Thank you.
Same.
Lovely to see you again. It's been too long. See you later. Enjoy VIP.
Enjoy too.
I don't know about you, but when I watch good climbers, I want to go climbing. So it's pretty cool that Sputnik, who is a local gym from Madrid, have provided this wall here. They're one of the main sponsors. They're letting athletes in for free, and IFSC people, which is really cool. I popped in there last night. And it's cool because if you're someone like me, younger, starting a sport, you come and watch those guys, you can come and try it yourself on the wall. And you never know, maybe it'll be brilliant. Ooh, speaking about brilliant, I've just seen a legend. This is Robin, Brooke's mum, of course, but also like such an amazing climber yourself. Just tell us a little bit about you.
I've been climbing for a really long time. I'm still very passionate about climbing, and I love watching competitions, and especially when my daughter's competing.
Well, I want to ask you about that because she's obviously stepped away a little bit this year. Came back in Chamonix, was amazing.
Right.
Have you missed being on the circuit watching her?
No, because I really approve of her plan.
Yeah.
So I support that.
And I imagine the stress of being back here and watching and all those nerves, that must be hard to handle sometimes.
Sometimes it is, but she's got it. Yeah, I have confidence.
She's pretty good, isn't she?
She's pretty good, yeah.
She's all right.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, lovely to see you around, and thank you so much, and I'll see you in a bit.
You bet. Okay, ciao.
Well, as you can see, the sun has set. In fact, it's just after midnight here in Madrid, and the semi-finals has come to a close. And it's time for you guys to find out who made it through. Which of our 24 have become 8? Let's find out. It was a late night in Madrid. The competition pushed back to try and get the best possible conditions for the athletes. The crowd was certainly loving the action, filling the stadium and partying into the night. Let's have a look at the 8 climbers who have made it through, starting with the men, and things were tight at the top. Countback and pluses making the difference. The Czech Republic's Jakub Konecki had been close to finals before, but he will make it for the first time here. Into the head wall for him. Colin Duffy got to the same place on 43 plus. He looked impressive down low, finding his rhythm on the purple volumes. He went for a huge heel hook rockover move at the top, which didn't quite work. In 6th is Do-Hyun Lee. He used a different method from Colin to turn the lip on the head wall, getting a few moves higher for 45 plus. Team Japan have 4 athletes in the top 5. Shion Omata got himself into a bit of a tangle halfway through the purple volumes and had to rely on a big one-armed lock-off and swing to get him out of trouble. Serato and Raku also got to the same place as Shion and Do-Hyun. He was precise with his footwork on small crimps, climbing with his usual control. With 45 plus, he's 4th. So top 3. And Neo Suzuki is back in finals and will be looking to add points to his Euroholds overall score. He climbed with his usual flow throughout, getting to within 1 hold of the top. Let's have a look at the last 2 climbers, including a hometown hero. I was watching with my co-commentator Lucia Semper.
Yeah, Wenger indeed. This crowd is cheering Alberto on. He's hit the head wall. What can Alberto do? Drags the foot down and a skip. Looking fresh at the moment.
Wow, looking really fresh.
Crosses through, very, very close there. Couple of moves. Antonio Yoshida is climbing himself into the position he needs to be here.
Yeah.
Coming closer, crosses the feet through, hits the left side pull, adjusts the feet onto the crimp. 2 moves to go here. Oh,
Wow.
just fingertips on, it's going to be a top.
As Satoshi Yoshida fell, he hit a volume on the way down and he was taken to a medical facility as a precaution. We'll know more before the finals, but we hear he's okay and will be competing. On to the women, and again things were tight. In 8th place is Eloise Dumont with a 39 plus score. She had to turn on maximum effort on those slopers that sapped her strength. Seventh, and Manon Hilly will climb in her first finals since 2023. She almost wrapped her legs around the black sloper on the angle change, inching her way upwards before falling. With a 43 and a 6th place finish is Erin McNeice. Down low, she dealt with the pocket section well, where all the athletes had to be precise. She climbed her way into the head wall and was set for the last move before her left foot slipped. She seems to have found a different level to her climbing recently, and 19-year-old Rosa Recker managed to save an initial miss onto a blocked crimp at the start of the head wall. From there, she got to the final sequence. Brooke Rabatu makes it 2 finals out of 2 comps. She utilised the flexibility and footwork that she's famous for. A slightly different sequence to Rosa, but the same score. Also getting the same scores are Seon So and Laura Rogera. Both athletes eyeing up the final move of the route, a dyno to the last hold. Seon So slipped and lost her left foot as she got set up for the jump. Laura had no foot slip, but was a little short on her attempt. Countback separating them, with Laura placing in 2nd. The only top of the night went to Annie Sanders. Let's see how she did it.
I think she get 23 seconds for Annie.
20 seconds.
A quick draw to go. The crowd tried to cheer up. Are we going to see a top for Annie Sanders now? 16.
Half time. Come
Sets
on.
herself with a big jump. Yes, we
Beautiful.
are. First top of the evening for Annie Sanders, and that is going to move her right up into the top leader spot.
We return tomorrow for another episode of the World Climbing Club, where we head into the centre of Madrid to visit a famous gym, and of course, we bring you all the highlights from the finals.